I had nightmares for 2 weeks, but she finally had me sit down. I was that bad in English, but I got used to it eventually. I graduated 2014. I went to Northeastern. Northeastern is the second Mather. You will see a lot of faces if you go to Northeastern from Mather. And I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I took a bunch of general courses. Didn't help, but because my father had his own business, I was really interested in business, so I took a bunch of courses in business. And I just graduated this semester from the accounting program of NEIU. And currently I'm working on my CPA, so hopefully by next year I will be a CPA. And I'm thinking about what to say before I sit down. But one of my biggest regrets was that let me see how I should say it. I never put enough time to study. Or I should say I always put enough time to study, not more than what I had to. So if I had to study 3 hours or 4 hours, I always studied 3 hours or 4 hours. But I think I should have studied 5 hours or 6 hours or 7 hours. And I was dedicated, but I think I was dedicated enough, not more than enough. So, I mean, I'm 23, I'm not that old. I still have a lot of time. But I wish I had started it when I was 18.
Hi everyone. I am Miss Atiso. I changed my name to Alfred, and that's why all of them know me as Miss Atiso. I have some questions that we generated before the assembly, and we will show them, but if you have any questions, please ask them. Maybe something inspires you from the questions that are going to be on the board. We have 2 more presenters, but they're late. So when they come, they will talk about their success as well. But let me do this real quick. Hold on. So these are some questions. Here are some questions that some of my students wanted to ask. So we have Alta, Katya, Bianca, Rashid, Edris, Lana, Raymond, and Sarah. They asked these questions, and maybe we could have the panelists look at some of these questions and see which one you would like to answer for our group. And I'm sure some of these questions are going to be some questions that everyone has.
Okay, I couldn't help but see maybe the third question, what or who inspired you to become successful? So when we moved here back home, my mom was a doctor and my dad was, he had a good job too. When we moved here, since then and now, they are janitors. So it's nothing to be ashamed of. I'm doing good. I have a good degree, doctor of pharmacy. It's something good, proud to be of. But when we moved here, me and my brother always had in my mind that, especially the first 5 years when we moved here, they worked overnight, just like many probably of our your parents do with their janitors. So it was something that motivated us, pushed us. It's you have to find something that will make you work hard, and that was something for me personally. So it's like seeing my parents having good jobs, coming here to work in janitors was something that not a lot of students can see that, especially. But for us, since we moved here, we have, like someone said, we have different, we can see things in many different perspectives. So at that young age, it was something that really stuck with me and my brother and it really motivated us. So even though now I have a good job and I'm proud of what I've accomplished, I always remember that my parents did this for me. So always, it's something that always pushes me to become someone better. So that was my motivation.
So I'm going to answer the question that says, what's the difference between high school and college? So there's a lot of differences. And the biggest thing is that in high school, you probably pass classes than A, B, or C. Then you have 70% to homework, or 60% to quizzes, 20% to homework, and 20% to exams. Every teacher is different. Our in college, sometimes some classes, the whole grade are from exams. There are no points for quizzes, there are no points for homeworks. Actually, you may not even have homeworks, or they may not assign you homeworks, but you have to work on your own. So, for example, when I was taking math classes in here, I was a pretty good student, I was good at math. But I remember I would do all the quizzes, I would do all the homework. Sometimes I would slack off on the exams, but I still passed the math classes with a good grade. However, in college, it was completely different. There was no homework, there was no quizzes, and the whole grade was based on 3 exams. So I really had to work on my own, which was tough, and time management plays a big role. So I had to manage my time between 4 classes, between work, between family, and I had to work on it more than what I had to. From a few times that I really worked on it more than what I had to be able to manage it and overcome it. So one of the big differences is that you will have to learn how to manage your time. Many of you have done it, but I was a person who had a really hard time managing my time. So I would do it when I was under really pressure. So, yeah, so that's one of the big differences. Time management, grades. You basically come here at 8 o'clock and leave at 3:30, I guess. But over there, you're on your own. If you don't show up to classes, they may not even take attendance. So it's going to be on you more than, because in here you are dependent on your teacher. In college, you are going to be completely independent. And getting used to it in the first semester or year is kind of tough, but after that, it will be better.
What was the experience when I first came to Mather? Well, the experience was very, let's say, I can't really find the words to describe the experience because I was like very quiet and shy, as I did not speak much English and my accent was like kind of, not Americanized. So I was kind of shy and I would just, stay quiet mostly in the classes and try to avoid the eye contact with the teacher so they don't pick on me, so I don't have to speak. But with time, everything changes. You just have to be passionate, just focus on your goals and keep looking forward to what you want to do in the future. And another question I noticed there was about what was the first? How did you achieve your dream? Well, first thing was how did I dream about this, was the field that I am in today. So there were a few friends who graduated from Mather, and they were seniors. After graduating, they then went to a university and started their education for computer science. And after graduating, by the time they graduated, and during that time frame I was graduating from high school, and they right away started getting internship at like very good companies in Chicago downtown area. So I was kind of inspired by that. And that was like my major inspiration. So talking to them, finding out how the scope of the IT industry is outside. So that was a major inspiration for me. And once actually, let's see, what other question I can answer for you guys. So what are some tips you can give to strive harder in this country? So tips I would say is, like drugs are pretty common here, right? And they're very easy to access. So stay away from all that stuff. Stay away from all that stuff and be positive. Stay focused on your education for now. since you're in high school, education is a priority for you guys, and don't think about anything else. Let's see what else I can. Sure. Do you have any questions, Professor? Does anyone else have any? Yes. What was your favorite subject? Computer science. All right.
We're going to pause for just 1 second, so some of the kids that need to leave the second period. Okay, she has a question. Hold your question for a second until the passing is, until everyone is settled again. Yeah, you know what? Like maybe, yeah. Yeah, we might need some projection, some voice projection. Now? Okay. All right. You wanna? No. She had a question. How are we doing on time?
Oh, my name is Fatima. Okay, I have a question. We all listen to you guys' stories, and we really appreciate it, and it's really interesting. It's really interesting. So I have a question actually. So we realize that all of you guys have been successful, and that's our goal. And I have a question. The question is, what is your biggest accomplishment that you are most proud of after leaving Mother High School? What is it?
Thank you, Fatima. So I'll answer it first. The biggest accomplishment after Mather High School, my dream leaving from here was to go to college and make my parents proud because they came here for me. As Reddy mentioned, we come from the same country. My parents came here struggling to speak any word in English. They just knew a few words, hi, bye, thanks. And they wanted for me to be successful and follow my dreams. So after Mather, it was really important that I would get accepted to a college and go for a degree that I liked. So I started going for biology, and at first I struggled because there were all science classes. Here at Mather, I came with transcripts with classes that I had already taken in science back home. And then I did not take any science, just one biology anatomy class here, so there was like some gap. Then when I went to college, I struggled in those classes, but I did my best by studying every day, managing my time, and as well doing 3 babysitting jobs for 3 different families. So that was an obstacle. Then I pushed myself even more, and I said, you know what? I speak so many languages. What's a language here that is really important? And then I found my passion in Spanish. And that was a struggle because to do double major for 2 different subjects and try to graduate in 4 years, I had to take also summer courses. So it was just a busy lifetime, and I would not call it an obstacle. It was more like me pushing myself to be the best I could be. So I encourage you, push yourself hard and reach your goals. And it's okay if like every day you have obstacles on the way. Believe me, you'll get there. With hard work, you will get there. So she wanted everybody to answer.
Okay, so I believe it was the biggest accomplished after finishing Mather high school. So I would say, there's many accomplishments, but I would say the biggest one is just graduating with my degree. I'll be honest, pharmacy school is not easy. I did not stay in school, so I commuted every day. There was a lot of overnight sleeping on couches at school, which is not comfy. But I worked hard, And after 4 years, just getting the degree and getting a job, I would say it's something that really felt good. Because it was a lot of hard work, long nights, long drives, snow, sunny, rain. For 4 years, I had to commute. So I think just getting that degree at the end after all that hard work, it really felt good, like it is the biggest accomplishment so far, but it's probably not going to be my last one.
So I think like many others in here, my biggest accomplishment was graduating from college. It's not easy, but it's doable. Like he said, commuting was not easy. It's tough, especially if you're doing the bike all the time. And one of the other accomplishments is, which is completely achievable. It's not like everybody achieved it, I guess. Was speaking fluent English. I think that's the easiest thing to achieve, but everything requires a little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit of hard work, which I think everybody is putting. So graduating college and learning English was the biggest accomplishment.
Okay, we have 2 more presenters, and one just got here. The other one here is here too. No. Adisa. No, she was not one of my students, but she's here.
Thank you. Congratulations to all of you. I hear this is an award ceremony, and I'm really sorry for being late. But it's kind of made me, so I had plenty of time to think about what I was going to talk about, because my journey took close to 2 hours. So it gave me plenty of time. So I'm trying to, I won't tell you all about why I was late, but I will tell you about my time in Mather. I really, I consider it to be the most critical time in my journey, because, and I'm so glad that both of them are here, because truly, both Ms. Jaworski, as we call her Ms. B, I don't know if you guys still do, or is it now Ms. Barrera? See how always, but you will always be Miss B to me, I'm sorry. And Ms. Munoz, no changes. Were absolutely critical in my development, because when I joined Mather, I had just